Well, yes, believe it or not, it is that time to start talking about the FC25 web app. Today is the 11th of September. We're expecting the 16th, 17th, 18th, something like that to be the web app release date. Still not exactly sure yet, but that's 5, 6, 7 days away. Not too long from now. We're gonna talk about some tips, some things you shouldn't do, some things you should do. It's mostly what you shouldn't do during the web app days where that's kind of all you can do. Obviously, we'll get into that as time goes on here. We got a lot of news and stuff, possibly a new promo that was just leaked for FC25 as well. We're gonna kind of discuss all of that. We probably start with the news and leaks first, and then we'll get into the web app tips at the end of the video. We have got timestamps though down below if you want to just skip to whatever part you want to. But hey, thanks for being here. Also, FC24 content is done. It's over with. There's no more. There's been no content the last 2 days. Say goodbye to this fucking piece of trash. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And once again, shows you the FIFA point spenders. You restart every year. I know, thanks Captain Obvious, but I mean, it just shows you if you spend money during the game over the course of the year, we just reset in September every year. So we're at the promo pack section. There's nothing here. And if you spent money in the game, if you had 10 million coins sitting here, oops, there's nothing left to do with it anymore. So it just kind of shows you how fickle it can be, but most people are aware of that. And I don't tell you to spend your money, but if you want the game to actually change, do not buy microtransactions. But anyway, that was off topic. Let's get into now leaks and news firstly today. Okay, let's begin with the news now. Once again, thanks for being here. Subscribe if you are new for all kinds of awful content. This card design has been leaked. The World Tour card design. FC25 possible objective design. It looks pretty much exactly like that objective design did, except it was green last year, right? This one is kind of orangey. My guess would be it's just basically a refreshed objective design if I had to take a total guess. We also got news though. I think some of you have seen this. We talked about this maybe a while ago on the channel. That's Anthony has 1-star weak foot next year. Kind of a random side note because I just saw Anthony, but this was confirmed 7 hours ago. He does have a 1-star weak foot. I think he's the only gold card with a 1-star weak foot. That might change, but I believe that's the leak from FIFA Trading Romania here. Just thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, we now got this design leaked. We've also got this one down here. If you missed yesterday's video, it's the Total Rush card design. I'm guessing the first promo is here. The objective card is up there with Anthony. There's not really much more to say there. It's just speculation at this point what they could be. But next bit of news is the new Rapid Plus players, which Rapid Plus is always a fantastic play style, and we now have more new ones. It looks like a lot of the base heroes this year have playstyle pluses. I won't say all of them, but definitely most of them are getting one. At least it seems like from the outside, because Beasley, Aloeron, and Freddie Ljungberg all got Rapid Plus as well, which is great. Honestly, it makes them way more usable right away for sure. We've seen already in the leaks that Nico Williams and Doku have it, but also Kingsley Coman and Pajor. And if I keep saying Pajor, I'm going to get demonetized. I said it again. Pajor. But okay, the next bit of news is where we enter once again the what the fuck is going on territory. Shadow Striker plus. I don't know what Shadow Striker necessarily does. I did read some tweets about it. In my head, I'm like, what's the difference between a Shadow Striker and a False 9? Like, they kind of seem very similar to me in my head, but FUT advice is False 9 would be the central striker, dropping deep into midfield in a 4-3-3, like the normal False 9 is in FC24 and beyond. And Shadow Striker is the deeper of 2 strikers in a 4-4-2. Now, take note of this. The deeper of 2 strikers in a 4-4-2. Look at the players that are here. Bruno Fernandes, the deeper of 2 strikers in a 4-4-2. That obviously either isn't the case in this scenario in the game on how EA is going to actually apply the instruction or role, or they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. And they made Bruno Fernandes in a 4-4-2. The best position for him is actually a striker in a 4-4-2. I don't fucking know. That tweet just might have been a load of horse shit. Let me know in the comments if you do know. But what do you think about these players in a 4-4-2 as a left or right striker, but they drop deeper? Maybe it's a genius role for them, and I'm out of my mind. But I tell you what, some of these cards aren't set up to be exactly that. Bobby Charlton maybe is like the best case there. Kaká maybe too. Other than that, like strikers is tough to see. But once again, I mean, we don't know anything until the game comes out. I'm pretty much talking out of my ass. But then once again, we saw the Cam Playmaker plus yesterday, which is different than the center forward or the False 9 plus and the Shadow Striker plus and the HIV plus, right? So what's the difference between all of them? I don't know. I hope they and explain them in depth to us, like in the game, so we can have any idea. Guys, unfortunately, there's going to be no Atal and no Ben Yedder next year. They both will not be on FC25. We got, you know, so many players over the years that have just disappeared off of FIFA that have been sad. Add 2 more to the list, obviously ignoring their real life accusations, but just in FIFA, they were fun to use, right? A couple more cards getting play styles leaked for them right now. Isaac has finesse shot, rapid, first touch, and flare. Fantastic card. This is what his card looks like. Finesse shot base and first touch base. I mean, you can't get much better than that. That card's going to be insane. We got Kobe Mainu as well as what his card looks like officially, plus his play styles. Finesse shot, long ball, and press proven. You might say, well, who cares on their common goal, what their play styles are, but this actually does kind of play a factor into their promo cards in the future. A lot of times they'll pick their first playstyle plus as one of their base playstyles already. So Kobe Mainu will probably get a finesse shot, long ball pass, or press proven plus playstyle on his first promo card, most likely. And people were saying 77 feels way too low for him. Like, it's obviously way too low, I think, if he keeps up the form he's been having, but he's only played, what, 8 months of football in his entire professional career, or senior career, I should say. Like, I'm not surprised I made him 77. I mean, I don't even hate that rating at all. I saw a tweet, I can't find it, but Lamine Yamal also was confirmed he has base finesse shot too, which is nice to see, but this is what his card looks like. We've seen that already quite a few times, but yeah, 17 years old, 81 rated, 4-star, 3-star. It is pretty insane. But okay, it's that time. Let's talk about the FC25 web app. I feel like I'm getting really old saying that because I played in FIFA 14 for my first time, and I feel like I haven't been playing for 11, 12 years, but I guess I have now. I'm sure some of you can relate to that, but anyway, the first thing I want to talk about, evolutions, okay? Last year, we didn't know we were going to see these right away. We couldn't really prepare for the fact that we're going to see evolutions on the web app. You can see them this year. Last year, we only saw one of them pre the release of the game, but obviously that could change. We could see more of them. If you're one of the people who are going to hop on the web app the very first second it's live, you're refreshing Twitter, you're refreshing everything to just see when the web app drops for the very first time live, I want you to go straight to evolutions. Don't do anything else. Don't click on a damn button besides go straight to Evos, because see if you see one. If you do see one, go to fut.gg, go to evolutions, and you'll probably see it here. FC25 evolutions, they already got it up. Once one pops up here, I want you to click on it. Click on evolved players and go and look through the best ones. Once you see a card that's like, hey, good league, it's pretty good stats, and I think it's going to go up in price when the full game comes out, then go and buy it, because obviously you can't play games on the web app, so it's going to go up when the full game comes out, just like the next tip we're going to talk about. But one of the best investments for me immediately is going to be that like gold common card that kind of isn't very good, but is going to be insane in a new evolution that comes out. If you can see it on the web app, it's going to go crazy in price so people can actually play the game. But look at that right away. We'll talk about how to make coins in a sec, but first I want to talk about kind of how the market moves on the web app, so let's talk about that right now. First and foremost, I want to go actually look at a Futbin graph. Look at a card that was you know, very meta at the start of the game, but then obviously was lower rated. Let's look at like Rashford last year before he went back to an 81. Let's look at like the beginning of September, or sorry, the end of September here, right here. Okay, so right this date, Friday, 158,000, then the Tuesday after, 268, right? Are you yourself going to be able to get 155k in the web app day one? Probably not, but this goes with like every card in the game. If a card's 3,000 coins on release date, he's gonna be like 6,000 when the game drops. They all go up after the web app actually comes out. That first weekend is actually one of the highest points of the market for gold cards. Didn't used to be the case because gold cards were in the power curve for a lot longer. This time around, well, last year, and I'm assuming this time around again, that won't be the case. Gold cards, the first two weekends of the game are at their peak. First pre-order weekend and the second weekend, which is the actually first weekend of the official release. As you can tell, after that, they literally crashed the next weekend, which is not usual, but I'm assuming EA want this to happen. It's going to happen again. So this trend right here starts down here. You can see some of these. I don't even worry about the Thursday price because there was so little of Rashford's in the market that you could ignore that. Once he comes out Friday, right? Once the game actually drops, the next 2 days, he's just going up. Every card that's usable is going to do the exact same thing. The question is, well, how do I get coins to buy anybody on the web app so that I can make those coins after the web app is done and the game officially comes out? Well, let's talk about it. What you can do, well, really the only way you can make a lot of coins on the web app before the game actually drops is sniping, and sniping filters that I'm sure we're going to talk about in my videos. There aren't a ton of ways. EA's gotten rid of a lot of them. It used to be bronze packs, right? Bronze packs used to be an incredible way to like make coins immediately. I do not expect them to be. They could be. I'll try it out when the web app comes out. I don't expect them to be an insane method anymore because they're not 400 coins anymore, but we'll talk about it in the videos. What I'm sure is going to be the case is, hey, let's go and try and snipe the lowest 84 rated card. Usually it's fodder, 84 rated, 83 rated card. Open your welcome backpacks to get some of those initial coins. You get a few thousand. You start sniping with those few thousand, right? And also, do not use payload tools to snipe. I know some of you are going to want to use payload tools to snipe and use a sniping filter. You can get banned for that. I've been 84 rated. Illishtet was my go-to this year. Nobody ever like noticed her card existing ever. And you just type in Illishtet, you try and find the cheapest price, and you just try and snipe. It's that simple. I wouldn't try and do too much on the web app immediately because it's really not worth your time. You can do so much more when the game comes out on console on that Friday, where you still have time to kind of buy cards before they get too expensive. It's almost not worth the time to do too much sniping on the web app before it comes out. But what I will say is all the things that you should not do are right now, okay? This is far more important. If I was going to sit here and I was going to pack anything in my preview pack, everybody's got a preview pack to open right away, right? View my pack. I got 84 Bremer. Do not sell them. Almost anything you get, you do not sell before the game comes out. Do not do it. I'm talking fodder. I'm talking an actual usable card, any starter card, nothing. I want you to sell nothing apart from gold commons, or they're going to be discarded no matter what, and gold rares that will be discarded no matter what, okay? That's all I want you to sell to get your coins for, like, being able to snipe cards, because everything else is going to be going up that first weekend. That is when you start selling. Maybe the next weekend after that, we'll talk about it. If you want to look at like a really expensive card, look at a Vinny's, like a gold Vinny. Look what his price did last year. It is a similar trend still to Rashford. It just was a little bit less, right? I mean, look at that Friday, 789K. If you happen to somehow pack a Vinny, okay? 2 days later, 3 days later, 1.2 mil 3 days later, okay? So you just got to hold on to these cards, but that was his peak point, right? 1.2 there, and he never reached 1.2 again. He kind of did Wednesday, that 4th of October, but it's not worth that risk holding on to him after that. He did reach his highest point on the literal release weekend. So that is what you should expect. Sell all your shit pretty much release weekend, ultimate release weekend, or the regular release weekend, whichever one you get the game first. That's usually that was the best move last year. It's not usually, I shouldn't say usually. That was the best move last year. I'm assuming EA want to keep doing that. They've made a lot of changes over the last few years that indicate that they want to make the market go this way. I don't think they'll go back on that. If they do, I'm going to lose a lot of coins this year, and I'll just go fuck myself, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the case. And what also you should not do, you're going to have YouTubers telling you, hey, go and do the hybrid League of Nations. They're going to be so good. They're going to get you coins right away. Do not do them, okay? No one can play any games during those first 2 days of the web app. What else is everybody doing? Doing these, and they're all hyper inflated. Every player in there you have to buy will be way more expensive. If you pack somebody good out of those packs, you might as well wait to sell them until the weekend, because that's when they're highest. So it makes no sense to do these right away. I would not listen to other people saying to do them right away. The only benefits I can think of is maybe that there's gonna be a few cards you could pack that are useful in these that are gonna be going for more, like 3, 4, 5,000. I mean, I guess, but that's not enough for me to actually want to complete these. I would not recommend doing these at all until the game comes out. And I'm sure there's tips I forgot for the web app specifically. There's a lot more for the console when it drops, but obviously we're going to talk about that every single day, so I'm not going to bother with that right now. Let's read your comments. And Michael Smith says, when a player is playing out of position, the AI will not work as well and will have to be moved more manually, is what they are trying to say. And I get that. I get that part. I think that shit's stupid, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really don't understand the roles system. I could be eating my words and I could be talking out of my ass when the game drops, and I like it, but having any system in the game where it's like, hey, your AI is gonna behave worse if you don't do this, the AI is not good enough as is to implement a system like that. I mean, your AI, in best case scenario, isn't playing well. And imagine what it's gonna do when it's like, hey, your player isn't roll plus plus here. If you want to play these tactics, sorry, go fuck yourself. I mean, I'm not looking forward to the AI not working as well. And not to reiterate the same point I made yesterday, but Sam saying, I can't wait to come up against the same exact starter teams in the weekend league. It'll be like a fart in my Cocoa Pops, which that would suck. But yeah, I do worry that the squad variety is now going to be less because EA want it to be less with this new role system. I hope not, but it points that way. And Anton Gregory, we know the game recognizes when you change formation in game or make a sub, will the player roles still take effect, or are player roles only for your starting team in formation? A great question. I don't know. If you change your tactics drastically in game, do they, like, if you move somebody in game to left mid or some bullshit in a 3-5-2 because you need a goal, are they gonna play like shit in that spot, or does it not matter because they started in the right position? I don't know. And this whole shit sounds so extra confusing for no reason. reason. And then D-Doza, sorry about your time of the month. My girlfriend says chocolate ice cream helps. Okay, you know what? Go fuck yourself. C franchise, Niners Vikes this week. Want to put a friendly wager on the game? I don't. No, I do not want to put a friendly wager on that game, even though you have no CMC. Sam Darnold versus 49ers defense. That's like coughing. It's like hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. Like, that's going to be a disaster. I'm sorry. I know we had a great week 1. That's a New York sad football Giants, all right? Did I enjoy the win? Yes. But am I going to act like that's the huge? Fuck no. It's not going to be the huge. And your Niners are quite good. So I'm going to pass on your bets. But hey, thanks for being here. Subscribe if you are new. I appreciate all of you. Love you. See you next time. Peace.